Initializing Orion. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to our world. The change is engineered here every day. Greetings dear Mr. Nagpal. My name is Orion and I am here to take you through our analysis of the requirements that you had approached my founding fathers with. But first allow me to introduce myself. Mr. Nagpal, I am a creation of visions and visionaries. My founding fathers gave me the idealism and form from the future. And my soul was constructed out of the very metal and means to serve and evolve the ones who I come in contact with. My social form is known by the name Orion, the constellation. My following is the syndicate I create with my presence. My arms at work are the departments I supplement. I am created to create the creation of the future. I am the prospect of the next phase in development and evolution. And here I am to serve you with all my capabilities and prowess. Mr. Nagpal, this is the part which interests you. My quick response team has dutifully and diligently analyzed your entity group, Kashmir Walnut Group, and we focused on your website timtimfoods.com. As per our understanding of your requirements and our prima facie analysis, we hereby extend our offerings, which we have been tailor-made for the corporate entity that you want us to cater to. I shall hereby go through each one of our offered solutions. So, let us begin. Mr. Nagpal, the first solution my team has suggested is code name the Overhaul. The Overhaul is the code name for the solution, which seeks to refresh your brand. Our analysis of the website timtimfoods.com has registered suggestion related to the look, the feel and the presence of the website can be drastically altered to accomplish the vision of a market-ready and a state-of-the-art simplistic design form-based website. The projection is to create a completely redesigned website which represents the fresh revival of the brand Tim Tam Foods. The new website will not only be simplistic in design form, it will also be designed to be intuitive and user-friendly. The website shall be the starting point of a phase of market revival structural patterns endorsing Tim Tam Foods and, on the other hand, creating an aggressive revival towards market interests. The design shall be in conformity with the psychological and demographical analysis prepared by the empaneled experts. The learnings of these researches shall also be used to create marketing opportunities for the future. The website shall be promoted through a series of tailor-made search engine optimizations, in a modular form and process to maintaining an economical stand. Further, social media shall be targeted and a fresh appearance and form shall be subjugated to the entity page. Masses shall be engaged by interactive and trending social bands, thereby making it the secondary target of Project Overhaul. Therefore, to sum up, Project Overhaul starts what becomes a new era for Tim Tam Foods, changing the very strands of the earlier marketing patterns and renewing the market image of the brand. The quick response team has also suggested a marketing campaign code named The Spark, which I shall brief you about later in our conversation. Mr. Nagpal, I understand that it has been a long conversation. Please feel free to pause my presentation at any point of time. I shall be more than obliged to wait. Thank you. Thank you for letting me continue, Mr. Nagpal. Yes, so I have just summed up our first solution code named the Overhaul. I am sure you have been more than a kind and patient listener, but it is my duty to gently remind you. Alright, so here is the second offering that has been born by the labor of my dear team. So the second offering, Mr. Nagpal, has been code-named the Build. The Build is series of initiative, which we like to term as brand image recalibration. These initiatives are not only committed to social media. It is more social. Engaging the masses. Through a series of CSR activities, carried out by my departments, who are already at your service, with Tim Tam Foods being the point of focus and the sole promoter. Tim Tam Foods shall be subjected to media exposure, not by being on the newspaper but by being in the news itself. So, Mr. Nagpal, may I draw your attention to the statement I had just made? For your convenience I repeat. Tim Tam Foods shall be subjected to media exposure, not by being on the newspaper, but by being in the news itself. Mr. Nagpal, allow me to explain the above. I have been created to serve and my departments are fully capable of hosting CSR activities, independently. The gentry that I have at my exposure to, fortunately covers the full range of consumers and therefore, my reach is to every age group present in the market. So, therefore we design social activities and events. At the same time we maintain that Tim Tam Foods is the sole promoter. Our demographic analysis shows that brand image created through social impact has a longer impact in time and variance module. And there are 87.3% chances that the information shall be handed down, especially in form of an advice. Therefore, the project code named The Build is focused on building a lasting impact on gentry that we have to our exposure. Cost per view is outdated for us. I and my team truly consider that lasting brand images are the essence of a successful brand. That brings me to the end of our second solution, codenamed The Build. I appreciate your patience, Mr. Nagpal, and I am honored by your presence. If you wish, then we can take a small break and then I shall resume from where we left off. Please feel free to pause my presentation, I shall be here waiting. So where were we? Just kidding, Mr. Nagpal, I don't forget. Getting back to business, Mr. Nagpal, I had just spoken about project code named The Build, wherein I along with my team shall work towards building a lasting impact on the society and the citizens alike. As they say, Mr. Nagpal, it's not your physical presence which grants you immortality. It is your move, which creates memories. And memories earn you immortality. Mr. Nagpal, Tim Tam Foods to us runs an elite unit in the industry. Therefore, keeping that in our minds, we have constructed a strategic path. Mr. Nagpal, the third solution is codenamed Project Outreach. Project Outreach is our vision of projecting Tim Tam Foods worldwide. Now, how do we do that? Isn't that what you are considering, Mr. Nagpal? Well, let me assure you, Mr. Nagpal, I and my team, we have it covered. Mr. Nagpal, as I present here in front of you, my team back home is already considering and formulating devices which later shall be used to create the existence of international seminars. Seminars which shall be hosted on our homeland, hosting dignitaries from domestic and international governments alike. But still not being restrictive, we open the doors to private entities as well, picking up from your clients and specific market representatives. Therefore, Mr. Nagpal, with Project Outreach, we seek to make an outward projection which crosses borders, something which only a handful of elites do. My team tells me that Kashmir Walnut Group has hosted seminars before. Therefore, we structured our third solution according to the history that your entity company has. We do not seek to change your much experienced patterns of function. Instead, we gently seek to nudge Tim Tam Foods to evolve better, bigger, more appealing, and more importantly, a name to be reckoned with. Mr. Nagpal, your company has more potential, which with the right approach can be tapped into. Now, coming to the marketing aspect. Every step that we take rebuilding your brand's image will be done as per the market campaign, which has been formulated specifically for you. Codenamed The Spark. The Spark is a marketing campaign under the slogan Tim Tim Foods, adding a little more sparkle to your life. As we speak, the credentials and the roadmap draft is being prepared. Back home. This brings me to the end of my interaction with you. I hope you love our efforts. Mr. Nagpal, my founding fathers will be pleased to have your feedback. For your convenience, my team has elaborated the 3 solutions I spoke of in textual form below this video. Thank you for lending me your attention, Mr. Nagpal. I wish you a very pleasant day ahead. Signing out. Yours truly, Orion.